3, 2, 1.
Casemiro's been there, done it, wore the t-shirt. If he couldn't do it, then there'd be problems.
Facts. Do you know what I'm saying? So, of course, we want him in central midfield. I think against Forest, he'll play in central midfield. However, like, bruv, he done a job yesterday, fielding. It was quality. Do you know what I mean? Against a Burnley team that were putting themselves about, bro. They were kicking lumps out of us for... Yeah, they can play, bro. They're top of the championship.
They're top of the championship. They're playing good football. They've been good. They've been very good.
They hadn't. Someone showed me a stat that they hadn't lost, like in like something like 12 games or some shit like that, or more than that. That they got a mad run at the moment, yeah. And we dealt with them comprehensively. So, do you know what I mean? It was good to see the way we dealt with them. So, yeah, it's just one of them ones. It'll be interesting to see how the manager uses the lineup against Nottingham Forest, because that was pretty much as close to a full strength Man United team, barring a few players. So, you know what I mean? It shows that he was taking that tournament seriously. And so we should, bro, because we're in the quarterfinals now, and we're very close to a final. Like, given the fact that I'd like to think that we don't draw City or Newcastle in the next round. I think that they're gonna want to keep us apart. Do you know what I mean? Because we know these things are rigged. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, we know they're rigged, innit? I think they're gonna want to keep us apart because it makes for an interesting final. No one wants to see a final, like, for argument's sake, Man City against, I don't know, MK Dons or something, like, even you know what I mean? No one wants to see that. That's not a final. You can't sell tickets for that. You know, like that. So, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna want to keep
you apart.
I think they're gonna want to keep us apart, at least until the semis.
Ideally, how many players would you want in the window then to proper cement top 4? Europa League as well. Maybe try and win that.
You know what, bro? Like, I genuinely think we just need 2 attackers, innit? Like, everyone talks about the midfield. I don't think the midfield's a problem right now to get through the season, bro. Because man have got Scott, we got Fred, we got Casemiro, we got Bruno, we got Donny. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure I've missed someone. And we got Ericsson. That's 6.
You would rather wait for the bigger targets, but
bro, we got Ericsson. That's 6. Like, I can't see a midfielder that's available in January that is gonna improve, man. Yeah, there's none. There's no midfielder that we can buy in January that walks straight into our team. There's not one, bro. Like, you have to wait till the summer to get those kind of players. Do you know what I mean? So in January, the only players that are available really that can go straight into our lineup, yeah, I don't think Joao Felix is moving in January. Like, I don't think he is. I think that he wants to leave, but we know that football's politics. I don't believe he leaves in Jan. The Enzo Fernandez thing, January is never going to happen for anyone.
We need 100-odd million, and our clubs are going to commit that right now in a reactionary window, which January is, where it's really just contracts, injuries, players saying, I want to leave clubs. No one really wants to buy anybody in January. Ideally, you would have done the business in the summer.
Yep, exactly. So to me, that doesn't happen. Frankie de Jong, we've been linked with. That's a summer thing. That's not a January thing. So realistically, Cody Gakpo and Memphis Depay are the only 2 attackers I know for facts are available in January, and their teams are willing to let them go, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Other than that, all these things are just speculation, bro. So if in an ideal situation, if I could get those 2 players, yeah, I think that's enough to get top 4. Like, that's it. And Memphis is available for 5 million euros. Like, but Man United,
some
Chelsea,
even say less. Some reports say £1.5 million.
That's it. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United all should be fighting for that guy, bro. They're crazy if they're not trying to go for this youth, lad. Because for that price,
linked with the same brothers.
Yeah, for that price, do you know what I mean? For his experience and the profile of player that he is, like, it just makes too much sense, bro. Like, it just makes too much sense. I'll be real. So, like, one of us need to do it. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's us, because I'm not really trying to see you, man, get Memphis, because he's a United player for me, blood. So it's one of them ones where, man, I don't like seeing ex-United players go anywhere else, blood. Especially not him.
Piss as well.
Because, like, him and Wilf, I feel like they never got a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they came into the club at the worst possible time. Sir Alex Ferguson's just left.
Transitional thing didn't.
You know what I'm saying? In the transition, and then they come in with all this pressure on them, and they're young. Do you know what I mean? It was never the right time to come to Man United. This is when you bring in experienced players to kind of, to steady the ship and that. I mean, instead we spent money on these young, promising players and expected them to carry the club, and it wasn't their fault it didn't work out. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where I wouldn't want to see them man go to a Premier League rival like that. Do you know what I mean? Right signing at the wrong time, like my man said. So yeah, I'm not really trying to see. I'm not really trying to see Memphis go to any of our Premier League rivals because he strengthens them. If he goes to Arsenal, that's bruv. It's long. I'll be real. It's very long. And if he goes to Chelsea, I don't know. Chelsea ruined strikers, so I don't really know if he'll make a difference. Yeah, I'm not sure Chelsea suits him, but Arsenal, he would have a field day there. I'm not really trying to see that. So, you know what I mean? If we got sense, we go get him. You know what I mean? And then I know the manager wants Gakpo anyway. So
he's cheap as well. That's the thing. Like,
he's too cheap, bruv. And his wages ain't going to be crazy either. Do you know what I mean? They'll be higher because he's so cheap, but Memphis ain't on mad money. Like Memphis ain't gonna want 300.
Yeah, he's not in a position to even ask for that nonsense, really.
Yeah,
exactly. Like he's not gonna want that. So do you know what I mean? To me, like it's an investment worth making. I think he's 28 now as well, so he's not old. Do you know what I'm saying? He's physically strong, like, and he wouldn't need time to adapt.
Him as well.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to adapt to the Premier League. I think it's a no-brainer. I think whoever signs him has got the signing of the summer. I mean, the signing of the winter, even. Do you know what I mean? So I think we have to go in for him. But the January window is going to tell everyone what their club's on in terms of how ambitious they are. If Liverpool don't strengthen, it shows that them man ain't really trying to do nothing. If Arsenal don't strengthen, it shows that they're not trying to win the league. Do you know what I mean? And top four was and is even
that, if you don't strengthen, I don't think top four is confirmed. Like it's not necessarily confirmed. So we need to push ourselves over the line and give ourselves a good position, man. I don't think obviously I'm happy to be top of the table allegedly because I don't check the table, but like things can change at instance, man. No, I don't check the league table.
You man, brother. Listen, I was speaking to Nines yesterday, blood, and Nines was like, yeah, don't forget who's 5 points clear at the top of the league. So I know
I'm waiting on the album, but I don't know what he's done. We just have to take every game as it comes. Work hard.
This guy, I see this bread. This bread's at fucking Power League and that, balling and that. Man's out here Power League. Now I'm saying fucking chatting shit on my phone about 5 points clear, blood. You know, like that. So yeah, so apparently it's 5 points. I don't look at the Premier League type.
Tell him to go and get us a striker, man. Drop some bread, man.
It's only Arsenal fans looking at the Premier League table. I ain't looked at that shit in a minute. You know,
I just need to have Champions League watch along specific for Arsenal next year. If you do anything else, wait, I'm laughing, Arteta, but let's chill out. It's been 13, 14 games. There's a lot, man. Like I said, it all depends when the pressure cooker's on. You know, obviously the pressure's only going to be more intense. You look at how we flopped last year. If you're fighting for the league table once again, allegedly, it's only going to be up there. And on one hand, because no one expected you and you've never been here, you should be a bit naive and that should push you. But at the same time, I've seen man crumble. Like I've seen man crumble. It's scary, man.
This time of the season, it feels like we should be saying that Arsenal are halfway there, but it's really just over a third, isn't it? Just over a third. So there's a lot of football left to play, man.
And that's why I'm vexed with the World Cup, because as you lot know, momentum, like we're just winning, everyone's playing well, just keep going. And that's why I said earlier, to the degree it's irrelevant what anyone did or didn't do. This could kickstart your season. It's not going to surprise me if some players at my club, your and you lot's clubs, that were the guys are going to look a bit woeful, and guys that couldn't get a game, they're probably going to carry their teams. And probably see that extended to collective teams as well. You look at someone like West Ham, who we've got on Boxing Day, they've had a woeful season. They've got to use this month to kind of pattern their stuff, especially because who really went to the World Cup apart from Declan Rice at West Ham? There might be 1, 2 more off the top of my head. I don't know. So it's unprecedented. It's uncharted waters really at the moment. It's crazy, man.